I'm a reviewer, so let the reviews be joined. Hello everyone, your friend Dinobot here. I've got another video review for you. And as you can see, today we're going to look at the figure of Combiner Wars Deluxe Class Drag Strip. Before we get really looking into this guy, let's look at his little accessories that come with them. First off, he came with this little card. The art here is done off the Transformers The Legends game, which is on for your iPhone or other device of that sort. Great little card. The art is really cool. I personally have played this game a lot, and I actually still play it. It's a really fun game. I actually never got this guy though off the game, but who knows? I may have. It's just been quite a while, but again, the art on it is really cool. Very nice design and everything on it. He also comes with of course, his instruction sheet, which again is done really well. The art is done for it really well. It's folded up really easily, really nice. The instructions on it are really good, really well drawn out, very well detailed done, as you can see there. Very, very cool. I have to admit, I really like the way they've updated the look of this and everything. Which I'm messing up, folding it back up. There we go. Set that aside too. Let's get the card put away. He also comes with this part here, which is basically his accessory for his foot mode, hand mode, which for some reason, I know it's probably because I don't have fingernails and stuff, but I cannot never get his fist or his finger parts out. I have to use this other accessory to get it out easy. But there's his hand mode, and it can also be, because it can also go for both ways. But actually, you can also set it up where it can be a little like a blaster. You can put it in Drag Strip's hand this way or whatnot. But we'll look more at this here shortly. And then his weapon, which is basically a gun blade almost in design. You have it where you can have it this way as a gun or blaster, whichever way you want to look at it, and you have it this way as a sword. You can hold it either way. Now, the vehicle himself, or Dragstrip himself I should say, he's a very nice homage to the original G1 look. Only difference really between it is a little bit of the color. You can see he's got this reddish color here, reddish maroon color. He's got instead of 6 wheels, where the G1 he had 4 wheels back here, or two on each side for him. And of course he's much bigger. I do not have my G1 drag strip anymore, sadly, but this is a good little homage to that figure. Good look to him in every way. On the bottom, as you can see, you do kind of see the robot detail a little bit better, though it does hide it a lot better than what it can. Again, the great paint job. You got the yellow, you got the reddish and maroonish purple, whichever you want to call it, and you got the Decepticon logo there. You got, of course, the black for the tires, the silver for the rims, and everything. You got some more silver back here for basically like the Stokes, or I'm not a car person, so I'm not really sure what these really are called, pylons or the axles and stuff for the car. But still a nice look to it. Now your accessories can fit onto the car. You can take the sword gun blade, as I've been calling it. You can stick it here on the side here. Very tough to do. It kind of puts it out like that, which it's not too bad. You can do this. You can also turn it the other way and stick it likewise. Or this is, I actually kind of like this because you can actually have it on there. He can almost like if you remember the old Voltron cartoons and stuff, they had weapons like this where they basically had it where that weapon would appear on their leg and whatnot for the lion. They could fly through and slice through the enemies like that. Yeah, I could see him, disappear doing like that on this guy as well. So I mean, it's a nice little homage, neat to that. And also, I didn't mention that he does roll really well in vehicle mode, as you can see. No problems at all. Now, The weapon here can do two things. You can stick it on the side, on this side of the port, though it will hinder, as you can see. You can also, which I tend to do more, the little peg hole here on this part of the body can be pegged right there on the top. You can have it this way, or you can just, well, turn around like so, and you can have it that way for more of a look. You can have this like as I could use it like a basically like a shield, or you know, some other, you know, use these as blasters or whatnot for whatever mode you want to, you know, use it as. But still pretty cool that you can store it like that on himself. But we'll take these accessories off, and we're going to transform him into his modes. I have always considered the combiner or combiners basically triple changers in a way, especially considering that these guys are paying homage to the Scramble City, where in the original Scramble City look, where they could each of the little smaller bots could basically become an arm or a leg for the bigger ones. Now they would work for anybody, like as they've been shown with Dragster coming out with this first series wave to go with the aerial bots, part of their combined team and stuff, when he was a, you know, Decepticon Stunticon. You could actually do that also, like with G1s. You could do it with the Piranacons, or not, excuse me, the Seacons, Technobots, Terracons. You know, you name them. Any combiner team that they will work for each other. Now, first step we're going to do is show, since it's easier, since we're in the car mode already, we're going to transform him into his foot mode. To do that, it's very simple. You right up here in the front, you're going to pull the front end of the car, this part of the drag car. I'm not really sure what it's called really. You spin it around, you can flip it down. It will peg here and here. This little hole right here will peg into the peg right there. You just flip it down and peg it in, like so. The head will flip straight open. You can flip straight up like so. You will then pull the combiner port here, which I'm getting a little bit better. Pull that straight up. You take the extra accessory here, and you'll peg this peg into that peg hole there on the bottom, like so. And you basically stand them up, and there's his leg mode. Again, you can use this as either basically the right or the left leg, whichever you prefer, and on whatever combiner you prefer. But from this, let's go ahead and switch him into robot form. To do so, we'll take the foot back off. We will turn him around. You take the combiner point here, flip it back down. We'll start up here at the top. You flip the head back down. You can turn the head all the way around. From here, you can pull these points here out, which basically are his arms. You will use the joint and straighten it up on both sides. You can then pull his fist out here and here. You can then, from this section, you'll grab the two sections, you'll pull, which exposes his legs. You can separate these pieces out. You will turn at the waist, turn that whole point around, and you can stand him up. And there we have Dragstrip in his robot form. Again, he can hold his gun. Well, it's kind of tough. Considering this isn't really it's not really rounded. It's kind of tougher to put it in there, but you can get it in there. And there's his little gun blade. You can even turn it around, slide it right in, and it actually fits in there a lot easier. And he has a sword, which this kind of is a nice aesthetic for him. You can take the foot or hand and also do like I showed you before. Use this part of the peg hole and just flip it into his fist. And he has an even bigger cannon gun. It doesn't really weigh him down either, as you can see. He's got good stability to help with that, even though mine's kind of leaning forward a little bit, mostly because of the way I'm standing. But there you go. Very nice look. Very, very good new look for drag strip. Let's look at his articulation for this robot mode. To do so, make it easier, I'm going to pull his weaponry back out that way. And for articulation in robot form, his head does turn around 360. He does have a little bit of adjustment for up and down, just for a nod like so. The shoulder joint can go all the way around. He does have the articulation here in the elbow. He has no articulation in the fist to wrist area other than the fold in point of all. The waist, he can, as you saw, for transformation he can turn it all the way around. The hips, he does have the point where he can bend it out that far and so far, but because of the rest of the body, that's as far as you can go. And he does have the knee articulation as well. He does not have any articulation down here at the feet other than this fin here does adjust a little bit. But that's drag strip again in his robot mode. The only downside I have of this guy and is his face. The face detail, which I'm going to try to zoom in here, and if it goes out of focus, I do apologize. I'm going to try to do the best I can here. Come on, focus a little bit. There we go. I don't like the detail they have in his face. I don't like that. They haven't really been showing him lately in the comics, so that's possibly a good, they'll probably have this design for his face in the comics. But, the last time he was shown in the comic books was way back in the Transformers Ongoing series, where Swindle was actually the one that actually did some work and made the Stunticons into the combiners for Minosaur. But again, that's the only problem I really have with him is the face. These screws, as you can see here, I kind of wish they could have covered those up some or done something for that. But that's not that very big deal of a deal for me. Next step, let's transform him into his other mode, which is his arm mode, which again you can do right or left for this side. Best way to start this is to, once again, you take his head, you can turn it around, which again I have to admit I like this aesthetic that you can turn the head around for like vehicle mode. You can turn it this way, and the canopy will cover up, so it basically covers up his face, so you won't see his face anywhere. But that is still nice aesthetic for that. Flip the head back to where it was before. Again, you will pull the connection port out. Now, some people have shown different ways for the arms. The main way to do it that the instructions show, of course, is to fold the fist back in, rotate the arms like so, and to basically turn right here at the elbow and to flip it and rotate it down into that type of position. You do so on the same side, fold it up, turn it around like so. This isn't bad. This isn't a bad aesthetic at all in my opinion. I have seen others, like Pial has shown, where he likes it like so, just to give it a little bit more clean. I personally, I think this is okay, but I do dig this because it gives it a more rounded point for like the shoulder and stuff for up this general area. Next step, you want to recombine the legs back together, which is a good pegging there because you heard it click together. You will turn it you can turn it this way for the elbow, or you can turn it just enough like back to where it was to give it just that little joint there, which is fine either way you want to do it, because when you combine you'll have it either way. I do think I like this aesthetic for having that joint there, because you can do all kinds of poses with it. You will take the foot or the joint here, which again I'm going to have to use his gun sword blade here to pull the fists out, and you can pull it down and so on. and peg it right into the bottom port again. And there's his weapon or arm mode. Pretty cool. I mean, this is really cool. I would show you combined, but I'm going to do a separate video with that once I can get a Motor Master in for this, or when I get Silverbolt as well, which I do have him ordered. He's actually on his way. Should be here later this week. I'll probably even have him by the time this video goes up. I don't know. But this is, drag strip in his arm mode. You can, put his arm or his weapon here on his fist, like so, which will make Minosaur or Silverbolt, or excuse me, Superion, Minosaur, Bruticus, or whoever, whichever combiner team you want to use it on, could use that. You can even do it up here as well on that little port there, just to, well, again, it's kind of tough to get it on these little ports for that. You could do it like that to give them that little aesthetic there if you wished. But just to, real quick, we'll transform him back out of robot mode or arm mode. We'll actually just go ahead and swing him back into his vehicle mode. To do so, basically to do so, all you got to do is slide that back up, like so. The arms, you work it back around, straighten the arm back out like that. You flip it and fold it straight into the port down here, like so. Same on this side. Straighten the arm out, turn it back around, and just fold it in. Take the connection port, fold it down, bring the head down, unpeg the front end. Pardon me. And another thing here is there are a lot of pegs to this. There's 2 pegs here that will peg into right here, right on either side of the head there, which will actually peg it in nicely. And you just basically straighten them out. And there we have drag strip back in his Formula 1 race car mode. Very cool. Though I will say this about this figure. The first generation wave of Combiner Wars, the Deluxe's drag strip is my least favorite. I'll explain more later with the other videos of the other Deluxes as I get them up. But again, just something about this drag strip just doesn't really jump off at me. I mean, granted, it's more like it could be just because he's coming out with the aerial bots and not the Stunticons, which actually is the Wave 2. And from what we've seen and heard, Wave 3 will be Defensor, so basically Protector bots. Who Wave 4 is, I'm going to bet that it's going to be Bruticus. Because if you look at the story arcs between them, aerial bots, Stunticons, those were the combiners that fought each other mostly. Defensor, Combaticons. So, there you go. But that's going to be it for this video. Do I recommend picking them up? I do. I would recommend picking them up just for the aesthetic. I mean, it is a really good, nice upgrade, homage to the original G1 drag strip. Very cool figure still. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like him, but again, like I said, he's not my top favorite of the 4 Deluxes that came out for this wave. But once again, guys, thanks for watching. And as usual, like to comment, check out TF Select to go there for all your Generation 1, G2, Beast Wars, you name it, parts, figures. They have a great selection. I'll post a link to that below. Also, check out the Transmissions podcast. Check out Cybertronian Beast's channel. He's also out there. All those guys are a great group of guys on their podcast. They're great fun to listen to. All the news on Transformers comics, figures, everything. Definitely must listen to. I actually believe that their latest podcast they released is on. They're actually interviewing Justin Roberts. So a definite plus for any Transformers fan. If you know who Justin Roberts is, he needs no more introduction than that. But once again, guys, I will post those links to those videos, not only to the Transmissions podcast, but to TF Select. I'll even post a link to Cybertronian Beast's channel to check him out. He also does Transform reviews, and he's a member of the Transmissions podcast. And if you'd like to reach me, please feel free to. I'll post links to not only my Twitter account, but my Gmail to contact me in any way you like. And on that note, if you're a fan of Transmissions and would like to hang out with us, because myself and several other fans get together on Fridays and Saturday nights and we hang out and we talk Transformers. To coin a phrase from Transmissions. Namely, Cybertronian Beast says that. And I apologize for stealing that from your Daryl. But once again, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. As always, please like, share, and subscribe to this video. And I hope to hear from you all soon.